All right, Ma. Well, I'm gonna go off before it gets too late. We'll have fun with, the good doctor, and I can't wait to hear all about it.
Yeah, same. Take pictures, just have fun, bring back lots of candy.
She will nod.
Yep.
So Cassie's probably in Chase. Trying to see if we should get Molly Noir in. Although Morris Fabian, she might actually have plans.
Oh, I would love for Molly to come with us. She's very sweet.
Yeah, let's just make a quick call. Ring.
Hello?
Hey, you. What are you doing for trick-or-treating tonight? I have got a Chase and a Molly? I'm talking to a Molly. I have a Chase and potentially a Cassie and a very cute Cynthia.
Oh. Oh, I didn't realize Cassie's mom was going out.
Yeah, you're so going out. You have to see this. I will send you a picture when I hang up.
Oh, all right. Well,
I would really like some help.
Okay. Well, I'm very I'm looking forward to that. Well, Alicia and I have plans at around 11, but until then,
way before that. I think if Ezra makes it to 8 p.m., we'll be doing great.
All right. Well, sure. So you want me to head over right now, or?
Please. Oh, okay. Why don't you bring?
Oh, Maddie has plans already. Actually, she's going out into town with Steven.
That's sad. Oh well, next time I guess. This is kind of last minute.
It's fine. Sorry, say again.
You got a costume?
Yeah. I'm dressing up as an Umbreon.
Oh, I'm dressing Trenton up as an Eevee.
Oh, well, I guess that whole family line is very popular. I could see why a lot of people dress up as them. So,
see you in a little bit.
Yep, see ya.
Bye. Thanks up. Chase, we got ourselves a Molly.
One big happy family. The more the merrier.
Just real quick, in case you missed it, like Cassie will send a courtesy text to Nevi. But
sure.
I don't think that would go anywhere. It would really just be like, I'm being dragged along to trick-or-treating, just extending the offer if you want to come.
She'll say, thanks, but I gotta help out tonight with basically All Hallows Eve duty. Gotta keep those eggs from getting thrown to those windows. You know how it is.
She'll text back, figured, no worries.
I should be done around midnight or so if you want to do something later.
Like throw eggs?
Like throw eggs.
Once she's not in uniform.
I thought I was muted.
And she'll text, if you have any ideas, you could let me know.
I'll think about it, she says.
Cool.
Okay. So, you guys, Cassie will arrive back to Tiffany's, and Cynthia will come up to you with open arms and says, Cassie, are you dressed up as a vampire?
She's dressed as she normally is. Like I said, she just has little fangs.
All right. Cassie, she says, oh, how was work? How was your day? As she hugs you.
So, hug her back. Like, work was good, Mom. My day was good.
You're wondering if your mom is going to be cold out there in that outfit she's wearing.
Yeah, that's actually where I was going with that. Like, isn't that a little, revealing?
Well, she says, I thought that it was cute. Isn't it cute?
It's adorable.
It is adorable, but it is fall. I mean, if we're gonna be walking around trick-or-treating, aren't you gonna get cold?
Chase walks up without a shirt.
Chase is very hot. They'll just have to stand very close together.
He puts his arm around Mama Pine.
I think that if your friend Chase is willing to go out, bearing what he has, then I should be able to handle it too.
Exactly.
Chase will receive a nice death glare from Cassie.
When you went like this, I was like, oh, it's the other finger. Okay.
No. It's a little more subtle than that.
Come on. Lady.
Is Cassie completing the bird for Chase?
Yes.
Oh.
Alright, well, what's the plan? When are we heading out?
We're waiting on Molly, then we're gonna go.
Oh yeah, who else coming?
So Molly arrives and she actually walks in giggling a lot. And she says, "For the record, I almost fell off of Bullet when you sent me that picture. It is amazing."
It is.
Death
Oh,
glares
Molly.
briefly to Tiffany.
We're so glad that you was able to come. Are you hungry? Cassie, are you hungry? We still have some meatloaf.
Oh,
Not
yes.
anymore, but thank you.
Okay. Are we in a hurry? Maybe we can take it to go.
Molly says, "Oh, yeah. Is it made with red meat?"
It is. Is that a problem?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't really eat red meat.
Oh, no. Tiffany, we still have some leftover French toast and pancakes,
Yeah.
right?
No, it's okay. It's all right. We can go.
I can warm it up, or maybe we could even stop over at one of the fast food places and get you something to eat.
Tiffany, are all moms this concerned about how much food you eat? Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. We'll do that. For now, come on, let's go get candy.
Let's go, everybody.
Ready to go, Caterpillar?
He comes out, he's like very proud. He's got his princess outfit on, he's got his crown on. He's just so proud.
What color wig? Or would he
Blonde.
not hair? Okay.
Blonde. Definitely blonde.
All right.
And for the sake of it, yeah, Cassie at this point will, Fern could always just stay if she wanted, but Cassie will specifically let her out of her ball.
Fern will pop out and go, "Yes, Cassie?"
Yeah, we're going trick-or-treating. Just thought you might want to join the party. You don't have
Has
to,
Cassie done trick-or-treating with Fern before? Does she?
Nope.
Fern is so confused. It's like, what?
You walk around and people are in costumes and some people give you candy.
He nods. I'm happy about that. And then kind of looks around and goes, drinks back down again.
So you guys will walk the few blocks to Trenton's house, and when you arrive, Trenton and Ezra are ready to go out. Trenton is dressed in the costume that Tiffany made for him.
Aww.
He's wearing the Eevee costume. He has a bit of a frown on his face.
So cute.
And little Ezra is dressed up. Leafeon, I'm sorry. So Ezra's going to be as a Leafeon. And Ezra will run up to Tiffany to give her a hug.
Oh, drops down, hugs him. You been good?
Yeah. We want to get candy.
Yeah. All the candy.
Ezra, what do you say to Aunt Tiffany? Thank you for coming.
Aww,
That's
anytime.
good, boy. So, wow, we have quite a group here, he says.
Yeah, they're kind of my extended family now.
We could always branch off if you guys wanted.
No, it missed out on the fun. Come on.
Hi, Cynthia says, my name is Cynthia, pleased to meet you. Trenton looks her up and down as if, a little confused. And he says, good evening, my name is Trenton. Nice to meet you, Trenton. Are you a friend of Tiffany's then, or one of the younger people?
This is my mom.
Oh, Trenton.
Your
this is
mom?
Sandra, the one in the who will take care of you if anything should happen.
Oh.
It does mean you've never actually met in person.
Hi.
Pleased to meet you, he says as he holds out his hand.
She'll take it and shake.
I'm Trenton. This is my little one, Ezra. Ezra doesn't seem to like really care. Ezra's just ready for candy. Ezra doesn't care.
Stop. Plus, there's probably a big crobat and four tails hanging out. You know, there's stuff to check out.
Shall we then? We'll be back probably around 8-ish, I suppose. 9 at the absolute latest. All right, have fun, you everybody, Ariel says. And you guys will go out. So, of course, the streets are filled with kids.
Did Fern have a...
No.
Probably not.
Okay.
She didn't even know what trick-or-treating was.
She's just a regal ice queen.
Set a wizard hat on her head, little fake beard under her chin. There you go. Now you're dressed. Sorry, it's not more elaborate.
Instruction, guys. No, this is not what you wear when you trick-or-treat.
You look cute, Fern.
She's our wizard.
The streets are filled with kids wearing costumes of various Pokemon. There seems to be a lot of activity just in the vicinity in general. You can sort of see like some shadows in the distance, and this doesn't seem to alarm anyone because this happens every year. So the ghost Pokemon come out and frolic, like literally out frolic, because
Lex is enjoying this, yes.
right, because this is sort of like the one night of the year where it is socially acceptable for the ghost Pokemon to be out and about, and you know they're free to do, you know, whatever they want as long as, you know, they don't do anything illegal. So
It's like the Purge, but civil.
Like the Purge, but civil. So you can actually see crowds of like various like ghost Pokemon, like Ghastlies, you know, frolicking around. They don't really. I feel like they like candy. So they sometimes actually also go trick-or-treating as well. And this is not unusual. Meanwhile, Lewis and Anne and Steven, so you guys are hanging out at Steven's, where Steven, I guess your hotel. Right now, Lewis is dressed up as a Gothita. And Lewis is actually going to have a higher voice right now, and Lewis is going to say, "So Madison is going to be coming to hang out with us today.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Have you asked her yet? Steven, have you asked her yet?"
Don't trust me. You and Data are always trusting me.
Well, do you know what I'm asking about? You asking her?
That was the first thing you really told me about me. So,
Do you think she would help us out? Do you think she would help us figure, you know, some of the code stuff you've been stuck on?
I don't feel good about dragging her into this.
You don't want her to get involved?
Yes.
Okay. That's fine, Steven. So here's the plan. Lewis takes out, and she says, "I've been doing a bit of digging, and I think that we were able to identify who this man is. His name is Jefferson Constant. Apparently, he is a very well-renowned Pokemon contest person. I don't really know much about that kind of stuff. So, the plan is, well, to go up to his estate, or wherever he lives, and check the place out and see if we can get some questions answered."
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
It'll be at that point that you will see a Pidgeotto fly towards you, and there appears to be a Frostlass with this Pidgeotto. But as it gets closer, you realize that it is actually a woman. And Madison hops off, and she gives the Pidgeotto a stroke down its neck, and then the Pidgeotto bows and then flies off. I'm here! Steven? Is that, Steve, are you dressed up in costume? What's your costume again, Steven?
Yeah, he's Dusk Noir. He's
A Dusk Noir. Okay. Steven, is that you?
Yep, that's me.
Oh, you look so adorable, she says as she gives you a hug.
Steven hugs back.
And I think Anne? She says, that costume is very impressive.
Thanks. Got it at a vintage place. Pretty cool find.
It's very cool, very cool. And then she turns to the last one, and the Gothita will actually bow and say, Madison Rainier, Louis B. Lane, good to see you again. And the Gothita will hang out. Will shake her hand and says, how about Charlie and Moxie? Are they going to be joining us tonight?
No, not this.
They're busy with things.
Oh, okay. Well, that's just fine. So what are you guys planning on doing?
Well, plan was to go around and go trick-or-treating.
Sounds like a good plan to me. I could always use a lot more candy.
Good old timeless fun.
Madison will grab a hold of Steven's arm at this point, and you guys will go off. So you're going to just go down the street, and Louis would have told you beforehand that you're basically taking a path that's a relatively direct route to the Constance house. But as you guys are about halfway to the house, you actually see a man with a very ostentatious roserade costume. Very ostentatious roserade costume with fiery red hair. And Steven, you will immediately recognize, based on the facial structure of this man in this roserade costume, that is Jefferson Constant.
At that, Steven is being nudging Louis and look at the direction of Constantine.
Okay.
Not saying anything, just looking.
All right. I think that Louis might notice something. Louis might notice that, and he'll say, "Is something wrong, Steven?"
No, that man in the roserade costume looks familiar.
The Gothita looks in that direction. Oh, I see. What, familiar? Madison asks.
Yeah. I think I have seen him somewhere. I'm not sure where. Just he looked familiar.
Why don't we go up and say hi then? Well, I have to say, he's got a very impressive costume. I just want to go up just to ask him where he got it from. Sounds like a good plan to me, the Gothita says.
Yes.
Doesn't seem very shy.
Meanwhile, Noir, you and Fabian are going trick-or-treating in the neighborhood, and you will actually see Tiffany's group going trick-or-treating as well. By this point, Fabian's gotten you've probably gone to about a dozen houses at this point.
You are! What are you doing here? You told me you were coming.
Oh, well, me and Fabian, Clues, and Remy are just trick or treating. Smaller towns are easier for him. Like Saffron is way too busy.
Yeah, I can
Like this
imagine.
time of year, streets are packed.
Yeah. Oh, Tren, this is my friend Noir. Noir, this is my brother. And their
Hello.
son, Ezra.
He will wave. Noir! Cynthia says, it's so good to see you. Are you and your
Yeah.
brother hungry?
Yes.
She asks. We stopped over at one of the fast food places on the way here, and I got some extras for you if you'd like to take a nibble.
I'm fine, but Fabian, hungry?
Fabian is actually like started eating some of his candy. So it looks like he's eating something already.
Just don't eat too much, Fabian. It's really going to be a mess to clean up afterwards.
Yeah, that's right. You don't want to spoil it. You don't want to eat too much candy in one night. It's not good for your stomach, Cynthia says. Fabian like pouts a little bit.
So I'm guessing you guys are trick-or-treating as well.
Obviously.
Meanwhile, Tiffany, you now see Roserade as well walking down the street, and you immediately recognize it as Jefferson.
Of course. Goes over. Hey, you. I thought you had a masked ball tonight.
Tiffany, where do you think I'm going? He says.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm out with the family, like I said.
Oh, good to see all of you. Nice night this All Hallows Eve, clear and not too terribly chilly, I should say.
Yeah.
Wow, he says, looking at one of you. That's a very detail-oriented costume. He says, staring at Cynthia Pine.
It's great, right? Some of my best work.
I kind of assumed that you were responsible for this, yes?
Aw, it's like you know me or something.
He grins. While this is happening, Lewis is watching this, and he's like, wait, isn't that Steven?
I would
Small
like to
girl.
have...
You mentioned earlier that you ran into Cassie today, right?
Yes.
How much exactly did you guys talk about? Again?
Well, she knows that we were trying to stop the progress spreading, and she knows what I saw.
What do you think, Annie? Should we just wait for them to finish talking to Jefferson and then follow him?
Yeah, we should wait until he's
Alone?
alone. Yes.
Oh, hey,
That's the-
Molly! Hey, Molly! Madison yells out.
Oh, hey, Madison.
Oh,
Glad to see you here.
At that point, Madison runs up, and then the Gothita was like, goes, oh.
Change plans.
That's outspoken.
All right, we can do this.
Sorry about that.
That's fine. I guess we'll just hang out. And she says, Molly, oh my goodness, we're all out here. Come on, guys, get over here. Molly says, like,
I mean,
or not.
Annie's reluctantly following.
Hey everybody. It's so good to see you guys out here trick-or-treating too. What a small world. Molly, I'd like you to meet some of my other friends. This is Steven. You've heard of Steven. It's Dr. Pull's brother in the flesh.
Oh yeah, it's nice to finally put a face with the name. She holds out her hand.
You know, believe it or not, Molly, Steven's actually trying to get a job where I work.
Wow, in Prism Labs?
Yeah, he's a smart guy.
Well,
Yeah.
you must be to work there.
Yeah, still not sure if I'm going to get the job, but let's just see.
I could always put in a good word for you. I mean, favor between friends and all.
Of course.
Over here's Annie. And of course, Chase recognizes Annie.
Hey guys.
Oh, the girl from earlier today. Shame we couldn't get Nebby out.
Oh yeah, you were the ones with the
Yeah, that guy.
with
Points
the
back at top of the
scarring
tape.
bird. Yeah, the scar bird. Yeah.
Garbert, Chase, what did you do?
You don't.
I asked
you don't
that
want
already.
He just got some
Wait,
scarification
what?
done.
Look at this work.
How do you know, Cassie?
The artist right there.
That's not painted on.
Well, I mean, it's partially painted on. It's just-
And this over here is Lewis. And she points at the Gothita. Noir, please roll a perception for me, please.
Okay.
Why only noir? I have no idea. That's just so weird.
While you guys are... Go ahead.
Oh, 10. Okay.
10.
Don't you have like
All
a
right.
fate controlling thing or?
Yeah, not gonna do that.
Okay.
So, Noir, there's definitely something familiar about this Gothita. Something very familiar about.
Yeah. Look, her eyes are going to linger on the Gothica. Do I know you from somewhere?
The Gotha looks at you and just kind of shrugs.
Oh, I guess it's nothing.
Hark, what could Cassie learn about like auras and stuff?
Oh, yes. Yes. All right. So Cassie definitely can see a vast amount of aura energy coming from this group. Definitely from Steven and Anne. You also sense... I don't think you sense anything aura-wise with Lewis. I don't think so. He seems to be the odd one in the group. And obviously you don't sense any aura coming from Madison either.
Okay. And then just for the sake of like being clear and everything, nothing psychic-y residue either on any of them.
Nothing psychic-y residue, no.
Okay. And since the group is just included, what about Fabian?
Fabian, right now, are you focusing on Fabian? Is that what you're asking?
I guess like not focusing, but like this will be active the entire scene, and so I figure just I might as well.
Fabian seems
About that.
to... Okay, so first off, right now, Trenton is going to give his polite hellos. It looks like Ezra is like hugging him to go to the next house. So he's going to say, I'll let you do some catching up. We'll go on ahead just for a little bit and you can catch up with us later.
One sec. Tiff kneels down, pulls you into a hug. He's down, she's whispering to his ear, or where his ear should be. Stay with them and guard them, okay?
I'm sorry, who you're talking to? Who are you talking to?
To you.
To Ew, okay.
Okay. And he holds up his hands and he, gives her a very determined look, and then he
All right.
straightens his hair.
Bro,
to be clear,
I'm just going to send you ahead with you, okay?
By the way, what does Steven see? Because Steven has the same ability.
What ability does he...
Oh well then.
What ability does Steven have again? I'm sorry.
I can see also psychic residues and that.
Okay.
I have ability.
You have both of those as well?
You can definitely see a lot of psychic energy from Noir. So you can immediately identify her as a psychic. You don't believe that her pin is expressing her full potential, however. You sense psychic aura from... Would anyone else have psychic residue? I can't think of anyone else in this group.
Remy, maybe? Because he's psychic type.
Sure, Remy, yes. Fabian, not psychic. You sense something.
Alexis Ghost Fairy.
Yeah, not psychic with Fabian, but you can definitely sense something from Fabian that is aura based, because you yourself are have aura abilities, so you can sense something really strong. In fact, something about Fabian seems to be drawing you to him. Something seems to be drawing you towards Fabian, actually. Fabian, when you're scanning him, he actually like meets your eye, and he just stares right into your eyes. He suddenly stopped.
Steven shakes his head. Takes back to not look. Fabian.
I'm going to let you all catch up as well, Jefferson says. I have to make sure that I am relatively fashionably late at the ball. Relatively.
Oh, let's keep or date waiting.
And as as he's about to walk off, the Gothita asks, "Where is the ball?" Just out of curiosity. Roll another perception roll, by the way, Noir.
Yeah.
When the Gothita speaks. Ooh. Where is the ball, by the way? And Jefferson will say... Okay, no. Jefferson will say, "At the Cerulean City Gym." "Ah, of course," the Gothita says. And he will make his way over to the Cerulean City Gym. And the Gothita looks towards Steven and looks towards Anne after he says that.
Anne looks back at the Gothita, shoots him a look, and sort of a subtle look, and then goes back into guarded mode.
Okay, cool. So then, as it'll involve you at least. As Jefferson walks off, and the looks are exchanged, not necessarily that she noticed, but as they happen, Tiffany will get like a sense of Cassie's presence in her mind.
Looks around for him, looks to Cassie, confused, like, WTF?
Will she accept it?
Yes.
All right, then she'll hear.
Then you'll actually hear
She'll hear Cassie's voice in her head saying, "Don't let Jefferson go alone."
Bro, actually, I need to go talk to Jeff real quick. Actually, no, he's already left. Never mind. Guys, I need to go talk real quick to my buddy. Be right back. Runs off.
Okay.
While you're having that conversation, really quickly, the Gothita will whisper, as like hiding the fact that the Gothita is whispering as much as possible. If anyone wants to make a perception roll, they may. But the Gothita...
I made one for Lux earlier, but I didn't get to use it. 24.
A perception with Lux?
Yeah.
Sure.
It was more to see if we noticed this group noticing our group, but then they all came over anyway.
Also...
Yes?
How's Fabian reacting to things going with
Fabian is not paying attention to the Gothita. He is focused on Steven right now. Not paying attention to the Gothita at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 26 on my perception.
Okay.
19 for me.
12, but she was leaving, so...
Yeah. The DC is 20 or above.
Ouch. Okay.
Anyone who has a 20 or above will hear the Gothita whisper to Anne, "Follow him."
She... After he says that, she kind of gives a subtle nod and then kind of looks around, sort of feigning noticing something in Jefferson's general direction, but not exactly in his direction, and sort of going off try to go off in a way that it doesn't look like she's following him, but she really is.
You don't have to move from your spot at all to follow him. You don't have to do anything to follow him.
Oh.
You don't have to do a thing to follow him. You just follow him.
Okay, I got it. Okay, so
You gotta think, because you've done this before many times.
Okay. So then she'll do the nod and thing like before, but instead she just kind of does her aura thing, kind
Does she
of
see the-
like subtly.
I'm gonna say with Cassie's perception roll of a 26, she will notice, not that you know that she notices, but she will notice that you are activating some aura powers, and she notices the aura power like travel through the air. You can't visually see it, but Cassie notices something traveling through the air towards Jefferson's direction.
All right. Cassie then will think to chase. I'm assuming he'll be open to her.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll think, go after Tiffany.
He just walked away from the group.
And then Cassie will call out, Anne, hey, long time.
One question, Hark, is my aura ability up to the point where I can do things and have a conversation while I'm doing
Yes.
the...
You can multitask.
Okay.
So anything right now, your astral projection is basically like stealthily following Jefferson if he's moving at all anymore, and you're able to keep those separate, but you're fully aware of what's happening with both of you, fully aware.
Oh, okay. So I can have the conversation.
You can have a conversation like normal, just like normal. Yeah.
Hey, Cassie. How have you been?
I've been all right, but geez, how long has it been?
Years, I think.
Yeah. Well, come on, I think a reunion like this deserves a hug, and she'll hold out her arms.
Does she actually like go in and hug her, or just gesture for hug?
She'll just gesture for it.
Okay. She'll kind of hesitate a little bit, but then kind of slowly go in for a hug, kind of like a little stiffly, but
That's
kind of
fair.
like awkward, like, yeah.
Yeah, because as they're hugging, Cassie's gonna whisper, "What are you guys doing?"
She whispers back, all good things. All good things.
She'll nod a little, not say anything else, and pull back from the hug. As though nothing happened, with a smile, and just say, "Well, when was the last time you heard from Nevi? I mean, I tried to get her out here tonight. I thought it would be cool. I mean, especially if you were gonna run into you guys."
I called her earlier today just to check in on things. Speaking of that, I've been hearing through the grapevine about a couple of developments between you two.
I mean, it's complicated, but good complicated.
Good complicated. Okay.
Yeah.
She kind of scans you up and down a little bit. I trust you're treating her well?
Haven't I always?
True.
Yeah, and what about you? You seem to have an interesting group of friends here.
Yeah. We're a interesting bunch.
How'd you all meet?
Nevi dragged me to this friend meeting thing. It was
Speed friending.
kind of fun.
Speed friending. Got that to say.
Speed friending.
The Lewis said basically.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not realize that speed friending was a thing. But I guess it worked.
Roll another perception, Noir.
I'm not gonna get much better than 10. Like,
8?
like if it was intuition, I'll be Rory.
There's some
but, yeah.
roll an intuition. I'll let you roll an intuition.
Oh, I didn't realize yours was only untrained.
Yep, only untrained.
Tuition?
Oh,
okay.
26 intuition.
You're starting, like your intuition is starting to tell you, wait a minute, that voice, I know that voice. And I think at this point, I will let Ella decide when it hits her. You can decide when you want it to hit her. So
let's go. See how the conversation between those two finishes, and then maybe then.
Well, I mean, I'm glad to see that it did work. Maybe sometime our group should get together.
That'd be fun. We'd make a whole day out of it.
Oh, I bet we would. Well, I mean, I don't want to keep you guys, but if we're going the same way...
Are we? The Gothita asks. Lewis asks.
Well, if we have anywhere specific where we wanted to go.
Is that a ball thing? You know, that masquerade thing? Is that open to the public? That's a good question, the Gothita asks. Maybe we can check.
That's a nice Gothica costume you got there.
Oh, thank you. Lewis
Yeah,
says.
I haven't really seen you in one of those before. Lewis, is that what they introduced you as?
That's my name.
Oh,
Lewis
is
says.
it?
Lewis,
I don't remember you going by that.
Lewis B. Lane.
Yeah. Why do you think he never called me? Why did you just never show up? Pat, I heard that you were in prison.
I don't know what you're talking
That
about.
was a while back,
The
apparently.
Gothita backs up. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Wow. I'm going to say it's been awful for me, so I'm glad you're having a happy, glorious life, whatever you're doing. Just no problems, no whatsoever. Anyway, bye-bye. Cassie, could you look after Fabian for a bit? I just can't deal with that.
Absolutely, I can.
Great. She's just going to start storming off, basically.
I think Molly's gonna follow Noir.
What's going on with Tiffany and Jefferson? Because Jefferson's just walking off, unless Tiffany's stopping him.
Well, Cassie didn't explain beyond follow, so...
Okay, so are you shadowing him, or are you actually walking side by side with him?
Yeah, she'll walk up, catch up to him. So who's the girl? We didn't really get a chance to discuss that at dinner.
He says, Miriam, just some random girl that Mommy Dearest is fixing me up with, at least for tonight.
Remember the psychic girl I told you about? She's the one in the witch costume. She's really cute.
That witch costume actually was pretty cute, I have to say. Although I would have done the stitching a little bit differently.
Yeah, well, I get she isn't really so full-time like we do, so...
He says, Tiffany, are you following me?
Why would I do that?
He says, I don't know. I thought you were out with your friends, and all of a sudden you're hanging out with me.
And all of a sudden up comes Chase, right? Because he was also told to follow.
Follow but does not approach.
But does not approach.
You're not fun.
He's watching you. Doesn't care about from Jefferson.
Okay. Never mind then.
He's making sure you don't get hurt.
Okay. Aw. Okay, sorry, last thing Jefferson said?
You do realize that this ball is invite only. Did you get invitation?
I did not, but I can at least walk you to the door. See, I'm a much better date. I will at least go to your door.
Very well. Chase, roll a perception, please.
Can Lux do one too?
Lux can do one too if he'd like.
Yay.
And I would like Could I have Anne roll me a stealth, add 2, please? Roll me a stealth roll and add 2 to the roll.
Actually, as Tiffany is close by and she does have reroll powers, I'd like to do that. I have learned from your mistakes.
Sure, unless you're turning around behind you while you're talking to Jefferson, it's going to have to be ridiculously high.
No, this is for Lux. She has a lot of powers for Pokemon to reroll.
That's fine.
Because
Lux can.
coordinator and style expert.
Yes, that's fine.
Lux has 17.
Okay. And then I just need the roll from Annie.
9. Oh, sorry.
15? All right. If you have a 15 or higher, then yes. You will actually catch sight of a bluish ghostly figure that seems to be following at least Jefferson and
starts smacking his brother's head, like, over there, pay attention.
Chase, do you look?
Yes.
You look, and as soon as it's pointed out to you, you do see this ghostly figure that looks a lot like Anne, but it's a ethereal looking Anne figure that's sort of like sneaking around the bushes, and it looks like it's following Jefferson and Tiffany.
Rush the blue thing in the bushes.
You're going to rush the blue thing in the bushes, and you're going to notice that this guy is rushing towards you. What do you do?
So she's going to try and duck into the ground.
Okay, as soon as Chase almost reaches the figure goes down into the ground.
He whispers. He sees that, he freezes, and then he whispers, "Vu?"
You can hear him. You can hear him say "Vu."
The ghostly figure underneath them kind of perks up a little bit, like, what? But kind of continues to try and follow behind Tiffany and Jefferson from underground.
So you're like peeking. You're like submarining. You're
yeah.
Looking up and then going back down and looking up and going back down.
I'm guessing as the spirit form, it doesn't have a shadow or anything.
It does not have a shadow. Unfortunately.
Darn it, I can't do shadow stab then.
Unfortunately not. Sorry. It's not a shadow. It's aura.
Okay.
And does it look exactly like Anne back there?
It does. It does, except she's ethereal.
Right, okay. Just making sure he does not confused anymore that it might be a... Yeah.
So you might see actually like a head popping up every now and then. But I mean, you're basically moving underground. You can't see until you poke your head back up. But I mean, you poke it up just to make sure you keep going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Annie, what are you doing now?
She turns back for a moment. Head pops up, kind of puts her finger to her lips, and then goes back to following.
I got this.
He's so confused right now.
So is Lux, and he is looking at you like, now what?
Hey, are you following Jefferson?
She turns back, does a quick nod, and then continues.
Are you going to kill Jefferson?
The expression on the spirit kind of stops, turns around, has a horrified look on its face, and just like, mm-mm.
So what are you going to do? Why are you sneaking around after him? Just approach him. Do you want me to approach him for you?
It's a secret.
Well,
I need answers.
I think we're all looking for answers. Is this a secret you can share? Or friends?
I need to ask him questions to stop a very bad thing.
Chase looks over at Jefferson. What do you need to find out?
He might be connected to a very bad thing that will probably harm a lot of creatures.
And how do you know this?
I have a friend.
A friend who knows things that haven't happened yet?
Something like that.
Can I meet this friend?
They're back from where you came.
He looks at Jefferson again. He moves towards Jefferson.
All right. Are you going to approach him?
Yep.
All right.
And the spirit kind of fades back into stealth mode, into the trees.
Okay. You can
Lux
continue
is
following.
still locked eyes on that spirit. Does not know what's going on. This is weird. And for Lux to find something weird, think about that.
Chase, you're going to approach Jefferson and Tiffany at this point. Are you?
Hey, you.
Everything okay here?
Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
We're just fine. I'm just trying to make my way to my event. And it looks like all of you are peeling away and following me.
I think they're following me, sweetie. You know.
Chase looks him up and down just to see what he's wearing. If he's holding anything, be a weapon.
He doesn't look like he's carrying a weapon or anything, no.
Chase?
He steps between Tiffany and Jefferson.
Chase, what are you doing?
I think Jefferson might be pretending too much. This is a day where we can all pretend to be people that we're not. Jefferson, are you pretending to be someone you're not?
He looks down at his costume, and then he looks at Chase. Then he looks at his costume again. Today,
Are you gonna be a
yes.
normal person today?
I am being a normal person today. I'm not wearing a costume.
Not acting like it.
Is this a practical question or a philosophical question?
That depends on what you do tonight. Are you going to make something happen that you're in control of? Or are you just thinking about doing something?
I'm planning on hobnobbing with a bunch of our family's friends, hopefully able to make my way to some proper food and beverage, and then make my way home before it gets too late and all the crazies are out and about for the All Hallows Eve.
That's Chase's arm.
Unless they're out early, he says,
They are
looking
definitely
at
out
looking
early.
at Chase.
And Chase looks back at the old group. So, can you get friends into this ball of yours?
If I bring a date, I can bring a +1, but my mother has already given me a +1.
I am your +1.
I'm pretty sure you're not his type.
I think Miriam would have a second opinion on that.
Miriam?
His date.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Can I see the invite real quick? Do you mind?
He reaches into his pocket. He pulls it out.
Studies it. Could she, in theory, roll guile and make a forge?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah.
I have no idea what she's making it out of, but maybe, go track down paper. 22 on my guile.
Sure. How are you trying to forge it?
Just create a copy good enough that she could get her and Chase in. Or at least trying to fix into her mind so she could make a copy. Not that she's going to stand there and make one in front of Jefferson.
I think she can, if she wants. I think she can.
Okay, good to know. Hands it back. Thank you. That was very helpful. Links arms with Chase. Let him go have his fun.
Okay. Just a
You
misunderstanding.
should hurry. I'm sorry, we've kept you way longer than we should have.
And I'm a lot more fashionably late than I should be. Well, I am going to be off now.
Hi.
While this is happening, Stephen and Annie are still with the rest of the group.
Molly is first of all, before Molly ran off, she called to Bullet and said, "Bullet, stay here. If anything happens, you know what to do." And she runs after Noir. She'll chase after her and, hey, what was that all about?
Yeah, no, I was like facing away from you, like trying to keep her face away from you, like she's trying to see it. She's kind of like walking, and she's like fiddling with something in her hands. It's just slowly like floating it around and like making like a very intricate, precise movements with it.
Well,
that was them. That was
Cam?
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's one I know or some other one, because apparently there's another Reyes around, and I have no idea if I just made a fool of myself or maybe just doesn't. Maybe just completely forgot about everything that just happened. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
At least I expected an explanation, but nope, it's acted like nothing happened.
I don't know, maybe...
Sorry.
I don't know if there's a reason for that or not, but, you know, I came along to make sure you're not out here by yourself.
I'm good at being by myself. It's fine. You don't need to worry about me. I'm a survivor.
I believe that. I mean, we've all survived a lot of things up till now. But, you know, you're like my sister now, and I don't want any of us going off by ourselves. Not after everything that's happened.
Yeah. Thank you. It's very sweet of you.
We don't have to talk about Cam if you don't want to. I'll just hang around. And
I just need to calm down. Can't be around too many people. Not like this.
You want me to punch? You want me to punch Cam? Because I can.
No. If anything, I'd be slapping him, but or her.
Well, just give me the word and I will. Until then, I'll just watch you as you do it.
Thanks.
Fabian is still staring at Stephen as if boring through Stephen's head, through his eye sockets.
Okay. Someone's gonna probably notice that and go, kind of like straighten herself up and go, rush over. Fabian, is everything okay?
He needs to reach out.
Huh?
He needs to reach out, he says as he's looking at Stephen right now.
Stephen sees this and is everything okay?
Stephen, you can sense a great aura welling up within Fabian, and it seems to be reaching out to you.
Okay, I try. I try to reach out.
You'll reach out to him. Fabian's hand goes up and it's like shaking.
Don't worry.
Do you take his hand?
Yes.
You grab his hand, and then almost as if you've been jettisoned in one of those like roller coasters that just starts, in like ridiculous speed. You feel this rush of like very powerful aura energy, unlike anything you've ever felt before. This huge rush of aura energy, and it seems to be transferring itself through your body. Everybody else in the group can see that Fabian and Steven like lift up in the air, and Madison looks aghast, and she's like, Steven, what's happening? And there's this connection that seems to be happening between Fabian and Steven. And then after about a few seconds, the connection drops and they both land on the ground. You don't get hurt, but they both land on the ground, but you just collapse to the ground. And Steven, you feel like you just came out of the water. And you take a deep breath as if you just came out of a deep end of the water.
Dear Arceus, what was that?
During the exchange, the Anne that is with the groups sort of is just staring out at kind of frozen, kind of staring at the whole exchange with a kind of shocked look on her face.
What in Arceus' name is that? The Gatata asks. Fabian gets up.
Large amounts of ore.
Unlocked. He's unlocked.
Unlocked?
His door is open.
I feel like you have a better idea what's going on than I do.
Aura powers. I have aura powers.
Try it, Fabian says. Try it.
Try what?
Reach out.
Okay. Reach out. Let's try it.
Do you reach out to somebody?
I think he wouldn't reach out to Cassie.
Okay. You're going to reach out to Cassie. As soon as you reach out to Cassie, you have this rush in your head. Cassie, you see this vision just like he sees this vision.
Okay.
So, Cassie, you are in a ground zero. It's like a ground zero area. And you're trying to look around, and you feel exhausted, you feel tired, you feel battered. And you're looking around you. There's a lot of soot, there's a lot of debris in the air. And you're just trying to wave it around. And as you're walking around, your foot hits something. And you look down at the foot, and you look down at your feet, and you run into a hand. That's a bloody hand. And the hand is connected to a girl with purple hair. And there's like a trickle of blood down her chin. It's Noir. What do you do?
Well, first, just ask about the vision. Could Cassie have did she think she was herself, Like it was from a first-person view, but did she think it was?
You think this is you, and Steven, you know it's Cassie, but you're seeing this through Cassie's eyes. So you're like a passenger in Cassie's head right now, and you're seeing something that you believe is in the future. What do you do?
As is in the vision, or does it end?
It doesn't end yet. So it doesn't end yet. I'm asking what Cassie does at this point.
Okay. Yeah. No. She'll quickly and like get down on one knee and reach out, try to feel for any sort of pulse or anything.
There's no pulse. Nora's dead.
She'll grind her jaw a little bit and look around and try to figure out like what the hell's going on basically.
All right. You'll keep going and you'll keep looking around. Eventually, you're going to see a large Pokemon, the body of a large Pokemon. Its wings seem to have been torn to shreds as you see Bullet on the ground. And right next to Bullet, there is a body. It's hard for you to tell roughly who this person is, because it looks like this person fell from a very far distance and their head is split open. But based on the clothing, you believe it's Molly.
Okay, well, her heart is absolutely racing at this point. And in time with that, she'll, if there's any like trail of debris or, destruction or anything, she'll start running along it looking for it. Anyone else?
Yeah, you'll start running along. You're going to end up seeing, again, all these bodies. There's all these human bodies that are scattered about. And you can hear something in this, and it sounds like a massive clash, like a battle of some sort. You can hear the roars of different Pokemon. And you keep running forward, and you eventually find someone who is dressed in very fine-looking armor. And that person is stuck under debris, still moving, but this person is trying to, basically, it looks like a building blew up, and like a bunch of the debris is on top of this figure, and this person with armor is trying to lift all of this off of them.
Okay, so seeing that, she'll let out a more panicked like "hey" than she intended, and she'll immediately run in that direction and try to help lift it off.
You're gonna try to help lift it up off of the person, and the person's you manage to get it off, but the person's leg seems to be twisted in a natural fashion, and the person looks up at you with a face crusted in dirt as Tiffany says, Chase is dead.
Yeah, so are Noir and Molly. Can you get out?
We didn't get enough. We didn't get enough of the plates.
We did what we could. We were just too late, too much of the time. What else could we have done?
The vision ends there. And as soon as the vision ends, you, Steven, stop reaching out towards Cassie, and you have a realization that your vision powers have just leveled up. So you now, once a day, you now can basically reach out to someone and through their aura see glimpses of their possible future.
Joy. Well, upon that ending, Cassie will gasp as the vision ends. She's panting and sweating, and her gaze still seems distant, just kind of like flitting along the ground at first. And then she turns her gaze back to Steven, and she just immediately like charges him and grabs him by the collar.
Whoa, Cassie.
Okay. Sorry.
You get a mental link if you accept it. from the wall going, Cassie, what just happened? Why? Really surprised.
Madison will grab a hold of Steven as well.
And Steven's
as in a supporting way, like she'll
trying to
pull Steven away from you, not like
right. So she's holding her death glare on Steven now, and just holding his gaze as she holds his collar and says, "You know we need those plates now. I need to know where they are."
I'm sorry. Just calm down. I can tell you. Just, could you let me go, please?
Tell me and then I'll let you go.
I have one.
On you now?
Yes.
Right. She'll let him go, but with a bit of a push, and then hold her hand out.
Steven, what did you see? Lewis asked.
Disaster. They need the plates. If they don't get enough, there's going to be a disaster.
Let him have it. We don't need them.
Yeah. I take out my bag and pull out the pixie plates.
Anne
pulls out the fist plate and hands it to Cassie.
Thank you. All right. Sorry.
Cassie?
Yeah, Steven is. You can see tears on his face. I'm really sorry.
Madison is going to comfort you immediately. She's basically like rubbing your shoulder, and she's, giving you a big hug and says, "Steven, it'll be all right. It'll be all right."
Anne is at Steven's other side, kind of just patting his other shoulder.
Cassie, what happened?
She'll shake her head as she turns toward the others and say, "We really need to get those plates, guys."
Why?
What did you see?
Bad things will happen if we don't get the plates. All right.
Really bad things.
Show me so maybe I can show to others. If you think about it.
Not right now. Maybe tonight. Okay.
Okay, it was bad then.
It was. Yeah.
We'll say that at this point, Chase and Tiffany come back. At this point.
Oh, we weren't going to crash the party?
Are you crashing the party? Are you
everything.
crashing the party right now? That's what I'm asking. Are you doing that?
You want to, Chase?
That depends if we heard this stuff going down. If I heard Cassie screaming,
I would say yes. You'd be aware that something went down over here.
I think Tiffany and Chase might have heard that, and yeah, I think Chase would have bolted. I mean, we can always hit the party after we figure out why these guys are hurting Cassie. He picks up Tiffany and sprints. Get on.
We can start flailing. Acrobatics?
Jeez.
4.
He dragged her. Okay. Actually, Paul popped this. No. So yeah, they get back to the group. Yeah, Chase is. I don't know what. He'll probably get there at the end. I'm gonna assume because they had to get there. But
Molly's gonna see Chase approaching, and she's gonna step in front of him and say, "Chase, it's all right. She's okay."
Who's okay? And put me down.
Right. And he puts her down.
Oh, just because I'm tiny like Lux doesn't mean you get to manhandle me. No offense, Lux.
We'll talk tonight, Chase. Cassie found out something big.
So did we.
You guys are collecting all the plates?
Trying to, failing sometimes, but yeah.
Okay, we'll clean up. Okay.
All right. Fine. We'll let you know if we find any of them.
Thank you.
Chase will look at Annie. What questions do you need to ask? He's referring to Jefferson. He doesn't know how much. Yeah.
And speaks up and says, "We're looking for a supplier of a special serum that the Academy uses.
Really?
We're trying to find the supplier of a main ingredient, which is these Pokerus pills, and try and stop the supplier."
Hold on. What'd you say?
Pokerus pills. We believe that your friend, I'm sorry to say, Jefferson, might be involved somehow.
I mean, he's a breeder. It would make sense he'd have a Pokemon Pokerus, but I've never heard him for pills.
I saw. It's funny you mentioned Pokerus. Today, I actually saw a kid who had a Jangmo-o that was infected with Pokerus almost 2 months ago. Huh?
Steven said scales. As soon as you say the Pokemon,
Scales. He says scales.
She stares at Steven and says, "Scales, yes, that was his name." And the boy was out of character. Did they mention the boy? The boy's name?
Yeah, they did.
Okay,
They did.
Yeah. The boy was.
Dimitri.
I want to say that they both say Dimitri's name at the same time.
Dimitri at the same time.
Dimitri.
Whoa.
What?
Guess we need to find this kid then.
What's going on? What's going on?
Could we go somewhere private?
Sure.
This isn't really the place to talk about this kind of stuff.
My apartment's not that
Madison.
far.
Steven looks at Madison. I'm sorry to channel with this kind of crazy.
Oh, she's used to it. We took her on Team Rocket Raid not too long ago. No, she was in the band. Still.
Tiffany? Oh.
What? We know we're crazy too. Come on.
Don't embarrass me in front of Steven.
You know, Steven.
Not too far. I need to get my Grimer, and then we'll go.
And
By the
it's
way-
a mental note of them saying Team Rocket.
By the way, Steven, I don't know how well you know Madison, but I can tell you she's quite a catch. Yes. Just don't let her ask you if you're fun size, because that can be an awkward question.
Not a person talking about this.